Hey, what's going on, Jets fans? Welcome back to another video. And today, guys, we're going to be doing my first Jets game reaction video. I apologize for it being a little bit late. The rest of them are going to be coming the day after in the morning of the game. We're going to record them the night after, but with work and things like that being the first game of the season, I didn't get that out the time I want to. But with all that being said, this is going to be the type of content that's going to be produced very often on the channel. Every game that the Jets play this year, I'm going to cover it the day after in the morning, kind of like just a game day recap. I take notes of every game I watch the Jets, and then I'm going to share them with your guys' thoughts. So if that interests you and you're a fan of the Winnipeg Jets and you like hockey, definitely consider dropping a subscription and turning on notifications. But without any further ado, let's jump into Game 1 against the Calgary Flames and the Winnipeg Jets, and let's talk about this amazing 4-3 win in overtime that the Jets pulled out thanks to the one and only, our God, PATRIK LAINE. Now, overall, we have to talk about how fantastic Laine was. He fought. He basically had the Gordie hat trick, no matter what fan is going to say that, he had the hat trick. He was fantastic. He played great hockey. He basically shut up all the naysayers about him in just one game, and it was fantastic to watch. That's basically how I would describe it. It was fantastic. It was a beautiful thing to watch happen on the ice. He played fantastic. He was involved in 3 of the 4 goals scored. He scored 2 of them himself and then assisted on the Kyle Connor goal. Overall, it was a fantastic game for him. He was everywhere on the ice. That goal in overtime, I like to add, he turned on the Jets immediately and he faked the defender by making it look like he was going to play a pass and turned on the Jets and went right up on that 2-on-1. Beautiful, beautiful play there by him. Overall, he had a fantastic game. Like I've said, the next thing I want to talk about, getting off that big positive about PATRIK LAINE and about how great he played and how great he looked, let's talk about some of the negatives. And that, for me, is someone who I was very, very excited to see get an opportunity this game, and that is Sami Niku. Sami Niku, overall, this game looked terrible. I have to be blunt. Especially when he played with Nathan Beaulieu on that third pairing. Overall, just did not look good at times. He got bodied off the puck constantly, and when he had puck possession, he got bodied off the puck immediately almost. He was very soft. He didn't have a lot of physicality to him. He played good defense and when he was, I guess, positioning sometimes, but that I don't remember exactly what goal it was in the third period. I want to say it was the third goal that Calgary scored. Excuse me. Him and Beaulieu, they're both together on the ice, and they both go on their knees to block the shot. Instead of covering any of the lanes of passing available, they just block a shot attempt, and it was just not good defense. Niku overall just did not look that good. I'm expecting to see a lot more of, obviously, Tucker Pullman and obviously Dylan DeMello. The reason Dylan DeMello, if you're unaware why he was in this game, nothing to do with injury. Congratulations to him and his wife. They just had a baby. So that is exactly why he was out. Once Dylan DeMello's back in and Niku is taken out, I expect the defense to look a lot more sturdier. But yeah, him and Beaulieu just did not look good together. I don't know what Niku knew to expect with Niku now, because that's kind of where I expected him to play, was in that third pairing role on the defense. So yeah, didn't look very good. Just not overall that good of a guy. Pullman, on the other hand, another guy who I thought could have potentially a very good, development year for him, even as an older prospect defenseman at this point, project guy, I guess I would say, other than a prospect, excuse me. He looked pretty good at times. He looked a little meh at sometimes, I would describe it as. Very basic defensive plays, but when he played with Morrissey, he was really close to Morrissey. He stayed up against the puck. He played good defense. He had good breakout passes out of the own end, and overall, he just had a fantastic game in that sense of the ice. He wasn't, a big presence defensively, but he played a smart game of hockey, and that's something that I want to see him improve on, is smart, safe hockey, especially if he's playing up there in the lineup due to injury. If he can keep playing with that and doing that, I expect to see a lot of good things from him this season. And again, that's just what I've been preaching for a while now. The Jets have an underrated defensive core, but if they are able to improve that defensive core from what he was even last year with the guys they've kept, which I think they can, I think it'll be a lot better. And I think Pullman's one of those underrated guys who potentially could be game-changing for us if he develops into a solid, really good defensive guy you can move anywhere in between your pairings. Next thing I want to talk about is Trevor Lewis. Trevor Lewis looked really good on that fourth line, in my opinion. I don't know if a lot of people saw him, but he played good puck possession, and he brought a lot of guys into the corners. He played good on the boards. He played good offensively. He had some shot attempts. He had a good net front presence. He did everything that I expected him to do and that he did in the preseason game, warm-out scrimmage games, I guess I would say. But he looked good. Very happy to see that overall, and just something, again, I'm very happy to see that he is another good depth signing. A lot of people were worried about him, but I, again, think he's going to be a very, very good signing for us moving down the future. I think he's going to produce really well for us in that fourth pairing, and I think that I would really like to see, getting into my next big topic, is that I think I would rather see Jansen Harkins on that fourth line instead of Matthew Perreault. I think Jansen Harkins brings a lot more youth, a lot more physicality than Matthew Perreault brings, even though I love Matthew Perreault, and I really love what he's done for the franchise. Basically 400 games played, pretty awesome guy. I love him as a player. He's really fun personality, but I just think that Harkins brings a little bit more tenacity to that fourth line. I think him playing with Trevor Lewis and Nate Thompson could be a very deadly, hard-hitting fourth line to go out there with offense, because although Jansen Harkins, is more of a bottom pairing six guy, in my opinion, he does have offensive upside. So I think having him with Lewis, who has a little bit of offensive upside as well for an older fourth line guy, I think that could be a really good kind of like hard-hitting combo line, puck possession line for the Winnipeg Jets moving forward. But again, we have to just see what that looks like and what Paul Maurice is going to do balancing his lines. But overall, I thought that was a pretty good game from him for his first game with the Jets overall. And overall, getting into talking about a little bit of what the Flames look like, Markstrom, just want to talk about him as a Canucks fan. Markstrom looked really good for the Flames at times. Yeah, he was playing a little risky going out of the net and playing the puck, but if you're a Canucks fan and you watch this channel regardless of what team you root for, like I always say, you know that Markstrom does that. And he's going to do that regardless of the team he is. It's just kind of that, European goalie. They go out and play the puck more than North American guys. They just do that. And he had that fantastic rob against Mark Scheifele. Like, I literally fell on the floor watching that. I was shocked that he didn't put that in the net. That would be an amazing save. That and already the Malcolm Subban save, fantastic already for robberies in the LHL already with just the first couple days. So hopefully that continues, because I love these magical saves in the NHL. It just makes the NHL a special league where you can just pull a rabbit out of your hat like that and you can make an amazing save. But overall, I thought Markstrom looked good for his first game. I know he didn't get the win, but he still played good. It was more of the fact that his team let him down, because in my opinion the Jets had a lot of speed, and that's really good, and that's something that I think could be game-changing for them coming out of the first period, obviously, where they didn't have a lot of that speed. And because of that, because of all of that, the Winnipeg Jets outperformed the Flames because they had more speed, and that's huge. The Flames are a fast, pretty good offensive team, but the Jets came out with their firepower and their speed and their puck possession, and that killed the Flames in the second and third period, and that is exactly why they were not able to keep up that lead, and that's why they choked away that lead, and that's why they lost basically the game, in my opinion. It was because of the fact that they lost their ability. Yeah, but basically that's because of what I think. I feel like because they lost their ability to play the puck properly and have that, kind of more puck possession that they had, that gritty, hard puck possession that they had in the first period, they lost that when the Jets started moving their feet more, had better puck possession, and just were moving the puck overall a lot faster than what they were in the first. And that was huge, and that's what won the Jets the game. Once the offense kicked up that gear and got into their second gear, and they really, really ran their legs, and they had their strides going, and they were getting fast through the neutral zone with that puck possession, I feel like that's when the Jets really took over the game and dominated. Because if they didn't do that, the Flames would have won this game. The Flames played a good hockey game for that first period. They just couldn't keep up with the Jets in the second and third, and that's what really killed them. If you watch those power plays, the opportunities where the Jets scored, that's what really just ended up killing the Flames, was they couldn't keep up. And hopefully that's something that the Jets can keep taking advantage of if the Flames are going to be lacking in that area this year. But again, first game of the season, you can't really see this stuff. You're just basing it off of what you see off the eye. We're going to have to really evaluate that when we start to see them play more and more often, especially with Calgary within the next few games, and addressing and seeing how they play overall with their speed and the bounce back from that choke that they had last night. But overall, in my opinion, talking about the big issue that people had going into this season was the defense. Looking at it, I'm going to be doing this every video where I look at the defense, because that was everyone's biggest issue, and seeing how it looked in that game. In the first game, missing Dylan DeMello, the defense looked pretty good. Yeah, Niku looked pretty bad at times, and him and Beaulieu didn't work, but in my opinion, if you add DeMello in and you take out Niku in that game, the defense is pretty solid, and it might even prevent a goal in that situation against the third goal that they scored against Niku and Beaulieu. So overall, when I look at that, I think that it was a good game for the defense. It was not the best. It could improve, and I think it will improve, and I think that's the most important thing moving forward from this game, is that the defense looked pretty stable at times, but when it's with DeMello, I think it'll look a lot more improved, and I think it will improve as games go on. And I do think that Hellebuck as well will be nothing to worry about there. He's a Vezina caliber goaltender. He has been for a while now, and I think that, yeah, he let in a couple of goals at the start of the game, but he settled down and he made some pretty great saves in the stretch, and that ended up getting the Jets the win. But overall, in my opinion, it was a positive game overall with the defense and the offense and the goaltending. There wasn't a lot of bad negative standouts, in my opinion, other than really Niku and a little bit of the defensive play and the lack of speed and, I guess, effort and tenacity in the first period. But other than that, I felt like it was a pretty positive outlook for game one, especially Laine shutting up all the naysayers and shutting up all the trade rumors. Well, not shutting up, but you know what I mean when I say that. But it just was a good game, and it was good to see Laine be positive with the Jets and play well with the Jets, because all we've seen basically for the last whole year with COVID is all these stupid forced rumors about how Laine will not even start the 2021 season with the Jets. He'll be gone by then. Thanks, Darren Dreger, for that amazing quote, by the way, you accurate analyst. You should definitely keep having your job. Point being, I don't think that the Jets looked that bad for how bad everyone said they could be, especially considering that most picked them to be the second worst team in the Canadian division. So, great job, analysts, there again. Overall, though, again, pretty positive opinion. But let me know your thoughts down about that game in the comment section below. What do you guys think about the Jets overall? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comment section below. Type away at 5 paragraphs. Fill out your comment section with the max amount of words. I don't care. I'd love to read your opinions on the game and any other thoughts you had about any of the Jets players, and even Calgary to an extent if you're a Calgary fan watching this game. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you're a fan of hockey, regardless of the team you root for, definitely consider dropping a subscription and turning on notifications, guys. I will see you in the next video. Peace, love, and positivity. Go Jets, go.